Just a few days ago, Paris Saint Germain star Neymar said that the chemistry between him, Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe has improved significantly. These statements came after the league leaders absolutely thrashed Clermonth Foot in a league encounter. Messi has had his fair share of struggles ever since he left Barcelona for France, but it's clear that one of the greatest players of all time is now getting back to his usual best. Apparently, Real Madrid have made their choice between Aurélien Tchouameni and Erling Haaland, and it shouldn't really come as a surprise to us. Olympique Lyon were bundled out of the Europa League in midweek. This campaign has been a disappointment for them, whose fans are now directing their anger towards the players and management. Erik ten Hag is set to become the next permanent Manchester United manager, and the Dutch tactician has already designated a priority target for the next window. Xavi's revolution at Barcelona took a turn for the worse when his team were dumped out of the Europa League by Eintracht Frankfurt in embarrassing fashion, and now the legendary midfielder has made a huge demand. So you know who we are, so in order to always stay informed on everything major happening in the world of football, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified. Before we get started, we want to share the sponsor of today's video. The OneFootball app is the ultimate football platform and is a must-have for every football fan so that you can follow all of your favourite leagues, teams and players all the time right from your phone. You can be sure to turn on notifications for specific players to be instantly alerted when they score a goal or when they are involved in other breaking news. It is the best and easiest way to stay up to date with everything football. Click the link in the description down below to download the app right now. You won't regret it. Eliminated from the Europa League by Eintracht Frankfurt, Barcelona had a terrible evening on Thursday. The Catalan Giants therefore heading towards an unsuccessful season, and to get things moving this summer, coach Xavi Hernandez has established a priority. After a very turbulent summer of 2021, with in particular the departure of star player Lionel Messi to Paris Saint Germain, Barcelona thought that they would get up during the current season to forget all that, but they failed. Already eliminated from the Copa del Rey in the round of 16 and also from the Spanish Super Cup in the last four, the Blaugranas also exited from the group stage in the Champions League. Suddenly, Xavi Hernandez and his men, currently second in La Liga and 12 points behind Real Madrid, with one game less, hoped to save their season with the Europa League, but everything collapsed on Thursday evening. After their 1-1 draw in Germany, Barca took quite a beating at Camp Nou against Frankfurt, in a stadium where too many German supporters were in attendance, which further drove the Barcelona leaders crazy. Barca were quickly trailing 3-0 in the game. The goals scored by Sergio Busquets and Memphis Depay at the end of the match did not change anything, and elimination could not be avoided. Suddenly, since this disillusion, Barca are already looking for solutions, so as not to relive the same nightmare in 2022-23, and Xavi Hernandez has started to plan things already. According to information from Sport, the Spanish coach simply asked Joan Laporta for a world-class scorer for the next summer transfer window. We're talking here about a clinical centre-forward capable of scoring at least 25 goals per season, which has not happened this season. Signed for Barca last summer from OL, Memphis Depay has only got 11 goals in all competitions, while the former Gunners man, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who signed this winter, has found the net 10 times. The Catalans are therefore very far from the performance of Lionel Messi and his 38 goals in all comps last season in the Catalan colours. But then, who will be the lucky one to become the star striker of Barcelona in the next summer transfer window? Recently, the names of Erling Haaland and Robert Lewandowski have been associated with the club, but the competition will be very tough in these two cases, with teams like Real Madrid, Man City and even Paris Saint Germain on the spot. In any case, Xavi has sent his request. We just have to wait. Set to become Man United's next manager, Dutchman Erik ten Hag is already working on the next transfer market, and the latter has already chosen his favourite target to strengthen the Red Devils. We talk about the game, not rumours. I want to talk about the game. We still have a final to play. I won't tell you if it's true or not. Recently asked about the rumour sending him to Manchester United at the end of the season, the current Ajax Amsterdam coach Erik ten Hag kicked a touchdown a few days ago. However, for several days the English press has only been talking about that, and is certain that the Dutchman will land on the bench of the Red Devils in a few months to succeed the interim manager Ralf Rangnick. According to ESPN, the 52-year-old tactician has asked his future bosses to bring in a certain Aurélien Tchouameni to the north of England. The 22-year-old midfielder, who still has a contract until June 2024 with AS Monaco, is more than ever on the move. But competition will be fierce with interest from Real Madrid, PSG, Chelsea and even from Liverpool. If ever United wish to take action, they will in any case have to offer at least €50 million for the French international, who could then replace a compatriot in the United midfield. Because if Erik ten Hag has made Aurélien Tchouameni his priority, it's because United is preparing, barring a last-minute turnaround, to lose Paul Pogba, whose contract expires at the end of June. A season to already forget? Crashing out in the 32nd round of the Coupe de France and currently 10th in Ligue 1, 10 points from a European and 6th from 5th place, synonymous with a ticket to qualifying for the Europa League Conference, Olympique Lyonnais are going through a very bad patch, especially since Thursday evening and that terrible evening at Groupama Stadium. Against West Ham in the quarter-final second leg of the Europa League, the Gones sank to a 3-0 defeat after a 1-1 draw in London in the first leg. A few angry supporters then tried to enter the field. The next day, at a press conference, President Jean-Michel Aulas then addressed the supporters. "We share their sadness. When you invest to come to a quarter-final of a European competition, you want the party to be beautiful and the result to live up to their expectations. Doing 1,000 kilometers for a European quarter entails sacrifices. We did not know how to give them the joy and happiness they deserved," said the boss of Lyon. Yes, but now, completely disappointed, the Lyon fans do not seem ready to forget this disillusionment, and in the next few days promise to be hectic, starting with this week. The club's biggest fan group has said that they're disgusted, angry and bitter, and are out of superlatives to express their feelings towards the club. The club's fans have said that they will not be in attendance when their team takes on Bordeaux on Sunday. Many season ticket holders have also been requested to not show up, in a bid to shake things up at a club that has been woeful and underachieving, especially when they actually have a very strong squad. Eager to strengthen this summer, Real Madrid have obviously made Kylian Mbappe their priority, but they'll not be able to splurge after the recruitment of the French world champion, and the choice seems already made between Tchouameni and Haaland, the two other priority targets. Behind, Madrid president Florentino Perez and his team would like to bring another star to add fresh energy to Carlo Ancelotti's squad. As we revealed to you recently, AS Monaco midfielder Aurélien Tchouameni is of great interest to the runaway league leaders, but the latter would also like to secure the services of Norwegian cyborg Erling Haaland, who is about to leave Borussia Dortmund. But all this has a cost, and Real Madrid will not be able to recruit both players in addition to Mbappe in the same window, so the choice already seems to have been made. In its latest edition, the Daily AS indeed takes stock of the situation, and the choice should fall on AS Monaco player Aurélien Tchouameni. The Spanish media simply states that with the very good form of Karim Benzema, who was decisive once again in the quarter-final second leg of the Champions League against Chelsea, but above all, author of 38 goals and 13 assists in 38 appearances this season, Real Madrid do not necessarily need to get their hands on Erling Haaland, who could also sign for Manchester City if we're to believe the latest indiscretions from Bild. Between the €75 million of the release clause of the Norwegian and the bonuses for his agent Mino Raiola in particular, the Haaland operation will necessarily be more expensive than that of Tchouameni. And with a striker by the name of Benzema already in the team, the priority will be to strengthen the midfield after getting their hands on Mbappe. It will therefore be very difficult to see the Monegasque and the BFAB player play together at Real Madrid this summer, and the French international, also courted by Man United, seems to be torn for choice. Coming back to the main topic, which shouldn't take too long, Messi has had his fair share of struggles, but in recent weeks, the Argentine has started to put in displays that hint at a better start to next season. Of course, PSG will become champions of France once again, but that will never be considered enough. After crashing out of the Champions League, we were in a knives-out situation with Messi and company being criticised from every direction. Since then though, results have started to pick up, and Messi has gotten better too. Of course, he hasn't scored as freely as he has been in the last 15 years, but his creative influence is increasing for sure. If you look at his stats, Messi has scored 3 goals in 20 games in the league. However, he's also provided 13 assists and has an expected assists of 7.3, which is extremely high. This also means that the Argentine is definitely one of the most creative players in the league. While a lot of people will say that goals have dried up for him, if you look at his assist tally, Messi has more assists for PSG this season than he did at Barcelona last season. This is the first time that he hasn't reached double figures in terms of goals for the first time in 16 years. But maybe we need to start looking at Messi as a provider and not a goal-scoring machine. And this particular stat kind of proves that Messi hasn't regressed. He's just altered his game, which will only help him add a few more years on his playing career. That's smart, don't you think?